Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and the question of the week is, can I get Project Z28 running before we leave for Cletus and Cars? The only thing better than a cup of coffee is a cup of coffee in my own mug with the Project Z28 and the L to the W logo, and you can buy your own. Links down below in the Teespring store. You can buy shirts, hoodies, coffee cups. Oh, I even got some cool stickers made up with the L to the W logo too for purchase. I still have those coming. Can't wait to reveal that. But anyhow, game plan really is to work as much as I can to try to get this car running. I'm going to start out right now. I'm going to get the dipstick tube in, then get the starter motor bolted up, get the cover for the torque converter, and then I'm going to go ahead and install the Y pipe and see if this exhaust won't connect, and then we're going to go ahead and move on top, and I'll check back in when we get that done. I really can't afford days like this where I get nothing done. I've been on the car for about 2 hours and got like 0 done, and the only thing I've managed to do is break my dipstick tube and go back a step because I had to take the header off to get it in. If you guys remember when I was putting it together, I had the hardest time getting the header up into that part of the engine because the dipstick tube was in the way. I kind of bent it a little bit trying to get it out. Now today when I was trying to get it back in, because I was holding I had to feed it through the header, so I'm holding the header in one hand, the dipstick tube in the other, and I kind of creased it, and now it's all kind of jacked up and I can't even get the dipstick in there. So I'm on my way to the auto parts store, see if they just have like a generic chrome type something. I don't need one specific. I can't find one built for the car, but just trying to find a one of those all-purpose chrome decorative things. I mean, it's a small block Chevy, so that works. So hopefully those are gonna have something here. Man, dude, this is just one of those freaking aggravating days where you get nothing freaking accomplished, and I can't afford this right now. I really want to get this car running. So let's see what they got. Wow, so glad I brought the Camaro. When I was pulling into Advanced, this guy in a pickup come pulling out, and he's like all the way over on my side. But then he gets a case of ass with me, like I'm doing something wrong. So I sit there like, because I can't go, and then he finally like turns his wheel and gives it a little gas, thinking he's got all that because he's got no muffler on the damn thing or something. So then he starts revving his engine up or whatever. I'm like, shh. And I just nailed the gas in this thing and lit up both tires. It was so friggin' loud, laid rough. I think it pretty much shut him down pretty damn quick. And that's with the muffler on the car. So yeah, the people in Advance were like, was that you? You know, I told them what happened. And they're like, I said, yeah, you know, 600 horsepower. Not too hard to lay rubber. So anyhow, I got my dipstick. Weird thing is, it says 55 to 79 small block Chevy. Oh shit, it says driver's side mount. Freak. Driver's side. Maybe that's why. I couldn't understand what the difference was. I didn't catch driver's side. Well, I'm going to try to get to work. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I can't win. Alright, that one wouldn't work, but so what we end up doing is modifying that one. See, it's kind of cut. It's not really the best situation, but it's all I can do for right now. Maybe if I get my hands on a different dipstick later, we can fit it in here, but it's gonna do for now, because if I don't put that in, I'm gonna leak oil out the side of the block. So I got my red zip tie there to let me know where to stop, and that's just gonna have to sit out here. Like, I don't remember this thing being that high, but I guess it must have been. Yeah, there we go. One modified dipstick. So here's where we're at. Starter motor's in, it's all wired up. The dust shield for the torque converter is in, and as you can see here, we have the Y pipe installed, and we got one little problem. Here's the pipe that came with the Doug's exhaust right here. And then there's the Borla. The problem was that there's a big opening between these two. So it looks like I'm going to have to make a run to a muffler shop somewhere to probably take this pipe here, bend it at an angle to aim towards that one. In the time being, I could probably get a piece of flex pipe and hook the two. I'm just going to have to cut off this piece here is a little bit flared. I might have to cut that off, but to me that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this, or this car's going to be obnoxiously loud when I start it. Because don't forget, with the new camshaft I have to keep it running at 2,000 RPMs for like 30 minutes. So as a temporary band-aid I might just get, alright, really gonna have no choice. Wow, that rear end is soaked. It looks like the pinion seal's leaking. How freaking awesome is that? I guess somebody gave me the advice. I guess I need to check, see how much fluid's even in that dang rear end. Alright, let's go. So it's typical working with cars. Nothing goes as planned. I'm really disappointed in today's progress. I mean, I'm not done for the day yet, but I would have really thought by now I was going to have the push rods, the rocker arms, and the intake manifold bolted up, the fuel lines run, and I would be doing a fuel pressure test by about now. Instead, the only thing I got is the exhaust on, a dipstick tube, and the starter motor. Things that don't sound like they would take a whole lot of time. Just, oh my god, wow. So, anyhow, that's my next step. I'm going to go ahead and remove this intake manifold. We're going to start dropping these push rod tubes in here, get these rocker arms in, and then we're going to have to spin the engine around a few times to get the valve lash set. Once that's done, I can go ahead and get this intake manifold bolted on. So, see how this goes. I'm not really sure I'm going to get this car started before Cletus and Cars right now. I mean, it's so much work that's got to go on. Because once I get the bottom on and we pressure test it, then I have to put the distributor in, then we have to build the rest of the intake. The runners have to go on, the top piece has to go on, then valve covers have to go on, the brackets for all the accessories have to go on. So that means the power steering pump, which we still have to add fluid and bleed, the alternator, the AC compressor has to go on, the tensioner has to go on, then the serpentine belt. Then we have radiator hoses we have to put on. Then we have heater hoses we have to put on. We have spark plug wires to run. Then I still have to fill the system full of fluid. I still have to put the upper piece over the radiator and the electric fans. And I feel like I'm still missing something along the lines. But it sounds kind of easy, but I don't know. Fingers crossed. Maybe we'll get this thing started tomorrow. Days like this, that coffee can't even fix these problems. So yeah, I said problems. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the car running before Cletus and Cars. Have a slight fitment issue with the intake manifold. Now, I mentioned I did dry fit it to make sure everything fit. Problem is that once you put the gaskets on, and that's something I didn't do because the gaskets kept shifting, and I wanted to wait. I didn't think the gaskets would make that much of a difference, and obviously I'm wrong. It did. Because it's sitting the manifold up just high enough, like a pubic hair off, to where I cannot get the damn bolt started. I can get one side started, but I can't get the other, so I've been talking with Ken, and he's given me the option. I can go ahead and mail the manifold back to him, and he'll mill it. so it'll drop down. Or he said he's giving me permission to go ahead and drill the holes out, and that should fix the problem. But I'm not going to mess with it now. It's already kind of late in the day. My wife has very lovingly allowed me to go to Cletus and Cars, meaning we have to leave on Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow, Friday, February 14th. So I'm taking her out to dinner tonight to make up for it. So I need to clean myself up. I've already worked on the house a little bit because honestly I got so frustrated and so pissed off that I about set this beautiful little like LED light that I got from Walmart. Thing's great. It's bright. I was getting so frustrated because I was trying to like look down into the holes to see what was causing the problem, and the light wouldn't focus. And then when I sat it down, it like fell over, and I picked it up, and I was one of my problems I deal with. But yeah, so I decided it's best for me just to go ahead and leave the garage before I did something dumb, broke something. So I went and tried to spruce up the house, make everything look good for her. So when she came home, there wasn't anything that she needed to do, and it's a nice, clean house. Plus, I had batteries to charge it for the drone, my controller to charge it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it there. If I can, I'm definitely going to go ahead and put it up, but I also need to respect the rules and that, so I'm not sure if they will allow me to fly drone over said property. So if they do, I will fly it. If not, is what it is. I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. But yeah, so I've been getting ready to leave for Cletus and Cars. So sorry, man. I did my best. I really wanted to hear this thing start. I was looking at it, figuring there's no way I'm gonna have the car 100%. But I figured if I could just get the intake manifold on, get the fuel lines, get the distributor in, and get the top of the manifold done, I could start it without coolant in the system. I could start it without the accessory belts. It won't run long. You know, I couldn't run it long before it would overheat, but I could definitely run it and have it idle for a minute and hear it, but I can't get the manifold to bolt up, and like I said, I'm just out of time. I got to get myself cleaned up and find something to wear because I'm taking her out to a really nice place. So I guess we shall see you maybe for dinner. Having a lovely Valentine's dinner with my gorgeous wife. Because tomorrow we're going to Cletus and Cars, so we have to celebrate a little bit early. Thank you, honey, for letting me go. Happy Valentine's Day to all you ladies out there watching as well. You're welcome. Time to eat, guys.